with
Where
the
do we start?
okay, there was homework. How did you find the homework? Easy, difficult? Use the link words. Date, October the 28th. October the
28.
28th.
28.
October the 28th. That's how you read the date. What's the date today? The 2nd.
August the 2nd.
October the 28th. Who is writing this? Amber Davis. Who is
Amber
writing?
Davis. Amber Davis.
Davis. Who is she writing to? To Grace Turner.
Grace
She's
Turner.
writing it to Grace Turner.
Grace Turner.
And what is it about? Do you remember me?
Do you remember me?
Reconnecting.
Do you remember me?
Hi, Grace. How wonderful to hear from you. Hey, bacha. Grow up. Come here. Come here. Bring the chair. Bring the chair. This chair. Sit. In which class do you study? 9. तुमको सीखना है किताब को? ठीक है। एक बच्चे को गुना सीखना है, मल्टीप्लिकेशन। ठीक है, उसके टीचर को लगा उसको आता है, उसने 15-20 क्वेश्चंस दे दिए पूरे क्लास के साथ, उसको भी उसको नहीं आता था। आया, बगल वाले ने क्या लिखा वो उतार दिया, उसको गुना आ गया, पक्का आ गया। नहीं आया? तुम वही काम क्यों कर रहे हो फिर? अगर तुमको पता है कि उसको नहीं आया तो क्यों कर रहे हो वो काम? प्लीज आंसर। इससे क्या हो जाएगा, क्या नहीं होगा अगर नहीं लिखा तुमने तो? पिटाई होगी। स्कूल है ये। आई हेट स्कूल एक्सेप्ट माइन। दे पनिश। अरे गजब गजब चीजें होती है। मम्मी ने होमवर्क किया है, बच्चे को तारीफ मिल रही है, बच्चा होमवर्क नहीं करके आया, नहीं समझा, पिटाई हो रही है। लो, तुमने इनडायरेक्ट मैसेज क्या भेजा? किसी भी तरह से होमवर्क करो। जब बच्चा होमवर्क करवा के आया अंकल जी से, भैया से, तारीफ मिली, खुद से नहीं हो पाया, पिटाई मिली, वही बच्चा कर रहा है। पिटना जाए, बस लिख ले। सीखना है, वो सीखने वाला प्रोसेस हो रहा है। क्यों कर रहे थे वो? दोबारा कभी कभी भी क्या करना है? Every single second that we spend in this class should be in the direction of learning. Every single second you have to ask yourself a question. What am I learning? Am I learning something? When you are writing those things in your book, from his book, are you learning anything at all? You're just writing those words. उसने ये लिखा, ये लिखा, ये लिखा। इससे क्या हो गया? If you take his book and read, अच्छा सो लिखा, अच्छा ऐसे हुआ, I will not mind that. You're trying to learn. सो लिखा है, सो लिखो, बिकॉज लिखा, बिकॉज लिखो। इससे जीरो लर्निंग हो रही है, हाँ के ना? दोबारा जीरो लर्निंग के लिए काम करना है? स्कूल में करना, नहीं तो पिट जाओगे, ठीक है? यहाँ मत करना, स्कूल में तो करना मजबूरी है बेटा, करोगे ही, ठीक है? यहाँ क्यों कर रहे थे? डर लगा था? मैंने रखा हुआ स्टिक वगैरह यहाँ पे। हाँ ये देखो, माय न्यू स्टिक। चलिए बच्चों, आपने क्या किया, आई डोंट केयर अ डैम। घर में आपने क्या लिखा नहीं लिखा मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। नाउ मुझे फर्क इस बात से पड़ेगा कि आप मुझे सुन रहे कि नहीं ध्यान से। प्लीज लिसन। हाय ग्रेस, हाउ वंडरफुल टू हियर फ्रॉम यू। गुड इवनिंग। कई लोगों को लगता है स्कूल होमवर्क चेक होएगा ना, चेक करके तो जैसे हम तीर मार लेंगे। लर्न, लेट्स लर्न, ओके? हाउ वंडरफुल टू हियर फ्रॉम यू। This sentence shows she's excited that she got the news from कुछ नहीं पता, from Grace. Who is writing this? Who is writing this? Amber is writing. Amber is writing to Grace Turner.
Grace.
So she says, hi Grace, how wonderful to hear from you. Who is delighted? Who is excited? Amber is excited. Why is she
Amber.
excited?
Because she
Because,
got an old friend later.
yeah, because she got
Grace
to,
later.
just a second. Is it off? Because she got a letter or an email from her old friend. So she's excited. Give me a second.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
I don't know if I've shared this with you or not. Until Aditi was 9 years old, she didn't know what test was. Never gave her a test or an exam or anything. 9 or 10. She never had this problem, preparation for exam or this or that. To be honest, she was a very careless student in class 10th. We had a home tutor for her for class 9, 10th. An old student of ours, Mukund, he told me, sir, she's not prepared at all. And he told me this in the month of August, I think. And next year, February, she had exams, board exams. I confronted her, of course. I said, your teacher says you don't know what you should know. She was a bit embarrassed. You know, kids are like that, no? They don't want to study. For 5, 6 months, she studied. She got 92.5% marks for 5, 6 months. Why? Why? Because she had zero issues with what she was reading. Language was never a barrier for her. She read her books like stories. It was so easy for her. History, civics, no problems whatsoever. Her memory was not bad, so she read, she remembered. Let me tell you again another thing. She's in class 12th. She doesn't know what book she has to study in class 12th. She doesn't know what book she has to study for English at the moment. She doesn't know. She doesn't even know the names of the books. Forget about the content. And it is already the month of August. And next year, February, she will be doing class 12th exam. And I have zero doubt she will pass well with good marks. Again, why? The language is not going to become a problem for her. So you guys, You study, you do your exercises at home, and you make it a burden on the teacher to check. Check what? Don't you know what you have done is right or wrong? I'm not talking about 5, 6-year-old children. That's different. Okay? But if you are in class 8 or 9, again, maybe you've made a few mistakes in that. If I individually check your copy, tell me how much time it is going to take. And that time you will be sitting here doing nothing. You are here to learn from me. So every minute you spend with me matters. So see what I'm going to do. There are different ways to teach, different ways to learn. Some ways are more productive. This is one of those ways, more productive. You make less efforts and you make more progress because of the way you study. See, let's read. How wonderful to hear from you. Now, you met an old friend all of a sudden, okay, at Big Bazaar. Your reaction, hey, go ahead. Hey, how wonderful to see you. Got it? Hey, how wonderful to see you. You showed your excitement that you met that person. How wonderful to hear from you. Hear from you, not see you. Can I come back in just a second? I'll be right back. Yeah, how wonderful to hear from you. Did I explain the phrase hear from someone? Hear from someone means किसी से सुनना. किसी की खबर आना, है ना? समाचार मिलना किसी का. All right. How wonderful to hear from you. How did you find my email address? Pencil in your left hand, sir. Pencil in your left hand. Pencil in your left hand. Yes. Hold the pencil in your left hand and relax. How did you find my address? Oh, sorry, not address, email address. How did you find my email address? Of course, I remember you. Go ahead. What did you write in the blank space? Come on, tell me, everyone. After you, is there a comma or a full stop? What do you see?
Although I realize.
Comma.
There is a comma.
Comma.
Okay.
Although I realize it's nearly 7 years now.
What will
So
you
I
write?
realize. So
Al- Although, sir,
Come on, everybody. What do you think? Of course, I remember you. You have written but you're choosing it now. Have you changed your decision? Oh, yeah, you were. Okay, let's see. Let's see how we will decide. You have decided for yourself, but let's understand the process. How to decide. Of course, I remember you. You don't know which is A, which is B. We learned yesterday A, comma, but B. लेकिन A कौन B कौन ये कैसे decide होगा? Right? Let's see. Let's make a sentence. Let's make an example. My mother loves me, but sometimes she scolds me. ठीक है? No problems? My mother scolds me, but she loves me a lot. ठीक है? कुछ जगहों पे you will not be able to decide कि कोई फर्क पड़ रहा है. But let's have another example. He is rich. He doesn't donate his money. अब बताओ कैसे बोलना पसंद करोगे? Decide करो which is A, which is B. He is rich, but he doesn't donate his money. He doesn't donate to charity at all. He's rich, but he doesn't donate to charity at all. अभी although से देखते हैं जो बात मायने नहीं रखती. Although he is rich, कोई फायदा नहीं हुआ. Although he doesn't donate to charity. Of course I remember you. Main बात ये है कि मैं आपको याद रखे हुए हूं. Of course I remember you. कि आप याद हो. Of course I remember you. Of course I remember you.
Good evening, sir.
Although I realize it's nearly
although
7 साल होने का कोई वैल्यू रहा since you were my neighbor. तो जिस चीज का वैल्यू नहीं रहा, जिस चीज का कोई असर नहीं हुआ, फर्क नहीं पड़ा, that is although ना. Please understand. Although they are poor, they are always ready to help everyone. Please repeat. Although they are poor, they are ready to help everyone. तो उनका poor होना मायने रखा. तो when we use although with a statement, that statement doesn't matter. वो बात मायने नहीं रखती, उसके बावजूद कुछ होता है. Although she is very pretty, she has no friends. Although she is very pretty, she has no friends. She is lonely. Although she is very pretty, she is lonely. उसका pretty होना फायदा कुछ किया, कुछ role play किया. तो although word is used to that statement which does not matter. इसके बावजूद कुछ होता है. इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा. Normally, people who are pretty should not be lonely. Her being pretty didn't help. She is lonely. सुनिए. Although he worked very hard, he failed the exam. Although he worked very hard, he failed the exam. मैंने कहा था ना कि मेरा सिखाने का तरीका मैं आंसर चेक करूं, टाइम वेस्ट करूं. मैं आपको, मुझे पता है आप कितना फंसोगे, कहां फंसोगे. So I have to help you again. कल मैंने ऐसे नहीं बोला होगा. ठीक है. लेयर्स में सीखते हैं हम लोग. स्विच नहीं होता ऑन ऑफ कि सर हमको नहीं आता, आपने बता दिया हमको आ गया, बत्ती जल गई. इतना आसान होता देन सारे कोर्सेज सक्सेसफुल होते. सारे टीचर्स ऐसे ही पढ़ा देते हैं, हर चीज बताते हैं. कहाँ मॉडल वर्ब यूज करना है, कहाँ पास्ट टेंस यूज करना है. दे टीच एवरीथिंग. It's not that easy. It's not like turning on a switch. The switch was off, the teacher turned it on. No. It's like burning a stick. It burns a little bit, then more, then more, then more, then more. Understand? And it's a very long stick, by the way. It's very difficult to burn it all. completely. Okay, so you learn in layers. कल भी लगा था कि सीखे हैं, बोलो हाँ कि ना क्लास में, लगा था ना? So layers will develop, one layer, another layer, another layer. That's the point. Let's see. So although, what was my last example? Now you are one step behind. Although he worked very hard, he failed his exam. बताओ, मेहनत किया, फायदा मिला मेहनत करने का, फेल कर गया. तो ऑल्दो किस में यूज कर रहे, समझ में आ गया? अब आप बताओ, याद हो, हालांकि 7 साल हो गए, 7 साल होने का कोई फर्क पड़ा? या तो है, या तो अभी भी है. So of course I remember you, although I realize it's nearly 7 years now since you were my neighbor. It's nearly 7 years now. 7 साल हो गए. It's nearly 7 years now since you were my neighbor. Since you were my neighbor. Since you were my neighbor, it's nearly 7 years now. मैं कैसे बोलूं? शादी के 16 साल हो गए, मैं कैसे बोलूं? नहीं नहीं, ऑल्दो की बात ही कहाँ है? मैं तो इतना ही से बोला सर जी कि शादी के 16 साल हो गए. It's 16 years now since I and
Since
my
you were
wife
married.
got married, but it feels like yesterday. It feels like, yeah, I remember everything so clearly, everything that happened, and it feels like a dream. 16 years now, unbelievable. Okay. So it is 16 years since we got married. It is nearly 7 years now since you were my neighbor. Some more examples. कौन सी चीज से कितना समय बीत गया आप बताओ? रणवीर, you joined this hostel, this place, you came to Bihar. कितना वक्त बीत गया? You should have thought of this sentence straight away. बाकी लोग के बारे में मुझे नहीं पता, ये तो आसान है. फट से बोले क्या? It's 3 months, it's 2 months since I came here. Since I came here. It's 2 months since Ranveer came here to Bihar Sharif. Okay. Anybody else has an example?
It's 7th month now since we were celebrate Happy New Year.
Give me a second. I need to connect my speakers because somehow my Bluetooth is not working. Oh, it's nearly 3 years since
It's
you.
nearly it's completely 7 months complete now since we were celebrate New Year.
बहुत दूर हो, बहुत दूर. पैटर्न आसान नहीं होता है. This is why I start with elementary course. This is why these girls know what I'm teaching. It's not that he's not intelligent. He hasn't got the practice. Did he use the word since? And he thought he gave an example. Did he follow the pattern at all? It will take him time to understand what words are important in the sentence that I'm asking him to practice.
It's
It's nearly 6 months.
yeah, it's nearly 6 months now since I got married.
Wow, very good. Yes. Okay, since I'm living नहीं बोलना था. देखो वहां पर क्या लिखा.
It's nearly 7 months since I joined the course.
Confuse कर देगा लोगों को. If somebody says this sentence, आपको एहसास नहीं कि आप जो बोल रहे हो उसका मतलब क्या निकल के आ रहा है. You made a sentence, but you don't feel your sentence. She says it is 12 years now since she's living in Bihar. अगर इसको सुना भी जाए, ग्रामर छोड़ दिया जाए, ठीक है, तो लोग लगेगा कोई इंसान बता रहा है कि वो 12 साल पहले बिहार शरीफ में आया, जबकि ये बच्ची पैदा ही यही हुई होगी मेरे ख्याल. नहीं, कितने साल की हो तुम? So almost all your life you've been here in Bihar. तो ऐसा कैसे बोल सकती हो? That's my point. जब ये लाइन सुनोगे किसी से, it's 12 years since I came to Biharship, तो क्या लग रहा है कि वो 13-14 साल का बच्चा बोल रहा है ये लाइन? नहीं लगेगा, कोई बड़ा आदमी बोल रहा है कि वो 12 साल पहले Biharship. That's the problem. You are not that बड़ा आदमी. You are just a 14-year-old girl. Got it? So you shouldn't have said this. There are better sentences.
Yes. It's nearly 6 months now since I came to your house.
Yeah, yes, Apurva. It's nearly 6 months now since you came to my house. Yes. अच्छा, अब कोई मुझे बताए कि क्या ये भी था हमारा कल का पढ़ाई का होमवर्क में? ये था नहीं ना, ये सेंटेंस वहां उसमें कुछ नहीं करना था, बट आई एम टीचिंग यू हाउ टू स्पीक इंग्लिश, so I will keep everything there. This sentence you guys read, there was no blank space here. This sentence is completely written there. Since I was your neighbor. यानी कब थी neighbor ये? How long ago?
Nearly 7 years.
Right.
Six,
So 7 years ago, something
Hmm.
happened. Tell me what happened 7 years ago. 7 years ago, what happened?
Since they were neighbor.
Grace perhaps left. One of them left. One of them
Left the place.
yeah, moved away. Okay. So although क्यों लगाऊं? क्योंकि वो 7 साल मायने नहीं रखा, पर्सन को अभी भी वो याद है. You know, Amber still remembers Grace. So that matters. What didn't matter कि 7 साल हो गए, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. अभी भी दर्द देता हो, 15 साल हो गया चोट वाला, लेकिन अभी वो दर्द देता है. बताओ, 15 साल मायने रखा, दर्द अभी भी देता है. ऐसे बोलेंगे. It is still very painful. It is still very painful sometimes. Although it is 15 years since the accident. Since the, yeah, understand? I hope you guys appreciated it a little bit. There is a reason why I don't start with the pre-intermediate, my whole course, you know, because the kind of students we have here in Biharship, they feel more comfortable when you give them the chance to feel comfortable with this elementary level, easy core sentences, you know, they connect with the word order. And after that, the technicalities become easy to follow. So guys, you have your task cut out. जिसका मतलब आपका काम मुश्किल है. You have your task cut out. You have your task cut out. मतलब आपका काम मुश्किल है. ठीक है, थोड़ा चैलेंजिंग है. Idiom है ये. You have your task cut out. किसी दिन पूछ देगा एसएससी में या बैंक में, बेटा ध्यान दीजिएगा. अलेक्जेंडर, time flies. Time flies. 7 साल बीत गए. Time flies. You told me quite a lot about you and your family. You told me quite a lot. Quite a lot. I don't know if you use this expression. Everything is a lesson for you all. When was the last time you used quite a lot from your mouth? Never. Am I right? It's a very common expression. You are familiar with the word quite? Yes. You are familiar with the phrase a lot? Yes. But did you ever put quite a lot like this? Take a look. You told me quite a lot. अच्छा खासा बताया तुमने. You told me quite a lot about you and your family. Next.
However, I'd like to know more.
Is there a full stop or comma after family?
Comma, but.
Comma.
So you cannot use however. You cannot use however. However, does not bring the sentences together.
Full stop.
After family, what do you see?
But I would like
It is comma,
After
sir,
family,
but.
what do you see? A comma.
it's a comma. It's comma.
A comma. You cannot
Same
use
here.
however. You told me quite a lot about you and family, but I would like to know more. But I would like to know more.
So sorry to interrupt you, but why can't we use however in first?
In number one.
Yeah, sorry, number one. Because here is a comma
Okay, I
after.
got you, got you, got you, got you. Let me explain. But and although bring two sentences together. They merge two sentences. They are link words, linking words, conjunctions. In other words, linking words are called conjunctions technically. Okay, there are two sentences. She is beautiful. She is tall. Join them. She is beautiful and she is tall.
And
Will
she's
you join? Now there is only one full stop, right? Earlier there were two sentences. She is beautiful. She is tall. And now we have one sentence. She's beautiful and she's tall. I'll be back. Was it your mother? Your mom? Okay. Yeah. Go, give her the key. Huh. However, does not bring two sentences together. It's not a conjunction. Let me explain. She's tall. She's not attractive. Now, connect them. She's tall, but she's not attractive. Okay? So you brought them together. However, does not bring them together. The sentences still remain separate. She's tall, full stop. However, she's not attractive. So however is used in place of but the punctuation marks are different. This is what I said yesterday. Right, Renu? Can we use but here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
In number one, can we
Yeah,
use,
sir,
if we
yes.
can use but, we can use however
Yes, sir.
two, we need to change comma into full stop. That's it. But we cannot use but in number one. So however is also out of question. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Because but is not possible, however is also not possible.
Yes, sir.
Wherever we can use, however, we can also use. Didn't you
Yes.
learn that from the examples yesterday? Take a look here. Sentence number one, I don't like Facebook, but I use it to keep in touch with friends. Look at sentence number three, I don't like Facebook, however, I use it to keep in touch with friends. It was put exactly in the same place. The only difference was the punctuation mark, Renu. After
Yes,
Facebook,
sir.
there was a comma. Here, there is a full stop. It means the
Mm.
sentence is separate. However, is not a conjunction. It does not bring two sentences or two clauses together. It doesn't. So why would you think we can use however when we cannot use but? Simple answer. Can you answer this question? And if you have understood why but and now you can ask me, but काहे नहीं use कर सकते? That's a different thing. मैं इसका आंसर करना पसंद करूंगा. चलिए. She is tall, but she's not attractive. Right? She's tall, but she's
But
not
need is
attractive. अभी यहाँ क्या मायने नहीं रखा? उसका लंबा
negative
होना
sentence.
because
tall.
there is a general perception that tall people are attractive. There is a general perception, yes or no? Because of this sentence, if I say this sentence, she is tall but not very attractive. What does it show? That the person believes that normally tall people are attractive. Yes or no? Clearly. तो मुझे बताइए यहाँ पर मायने क्या रखता है कि मुझे तुम याद हो, पर क्या मायने नहीं रखता कि 7 साल हो गए हुए मेरे पड़ोस से तुमको, राइट? तो क्लियरली जो मायने नहीं रखता उसके लिए कौन सा वर्ड यूज करते हैं? ऑल्दो, या तो कुछ ना यूज करो, बट के बाद बोल दो। देखो एग्जांपल देता हूं, शी इज टॉल बट शी इज नॉट अट्रैक्टिव। ऑल्दो शी इज टॉल, शी इज नॉट अट्रैक्टिव। मेन बात क्या है? शी इज नॉट, क्या मायने नहीं रखा? उसका लंबा होना। didn't help her, she's not attractive। तो अगर ऑल्दो के बगैर बोलते हैं शी इज टॉल बट शी इज नॉट अट्रैक्टिव, मैं जो बोल रहा हूं उससे ये पता चल रहा है कि कल आप लोग सामने देख रहे थे लेकिन बस देखते रहे, उसको उतना प्रोसेस नहीं किया जितना मैं अभी करवा रहा हूं। ये मेरे तरफ से आ रहा है, सारा समझ में आ रहा है। जबकि खुद भी आप सोच सकते थे कि देखो फेसबुक पसंद नहीं है लेकिन पसंद नहीं लेकिन रहते वहां, फिर भी यानी पसंद ना होना मायने नहीं रखा। तो जिसमें मायने नहीं रखता ऑल्दो लगाते हैं, और जो मेन बात है उसके पहले बट लगता है, अगर ऑल्दो ना लगाए तो। फिर से एग्जांपल देता हूं, he abuses me but he loves me। he abuses me but he loves me। ठीक है, बात समझ में आ रही है? आप डिफेंड कर रहे हो, यस ही abuses me but he loves me, क्या मायने नहीं रखता उसका गाली देना। although he abuses me, he loves me। तो ये दोनों कनेक्शन दिमाग में ले जाइए, खूब प्रैक्टिस लगती है। मैंने पहले भी कहा कि अगर मैं कोई चीज ऐसे बता दूं और आप सीख जाए तो दुनिया में आई विल बी द मोस्ट सॉट आफ्टर पर्सन। सॉट आफ्टर पर्सन मतलब जिसकी सब लोग तलाश कर रहे हैं कि कहाँ है आदमी, कहाँ है, कहाँ है, कहाँ है, उसको ढूंढो। I would be the most sought after person if I taught something and people understood, if it was that easy। Okay, I didn't learn because somebody explained things to me and I said, oh, I thank you, I got it, now I'm speaking English great। No, it doesn't work that way। Learn the real process। You guys are going to make hundreds of mistakes, some of you will make thousands of mistakes, and that's where your character will be tested। Do you have it in you to keep going despite those mistakes, or you will give up? A lot. Let me tell you another fact, go Google it। In Jawahar Nehru University, okay, JNU, there are foreign language courses। Find out how many people just complete the course। Dropout rate is above 50%। People who take admission in the course, half of them, more than half of them, drop before the course is over। Forget about being good and being bad, they leave the course। Why is that? More than 50%. Why is that? Because language learning is not what people think it is। When they get into it, then they realize the real challenge। Some of them keep going and some of them easily surrender। ना भैया हमसे ना हो रहा है, होएगा ही नहीं, हम सोचे थे जो है ही नहीं है। So there are, I always say this, there are two types of people in India who speak English well. One category, they speak English really well, they will never talk about noun pronoun। They speak English well, they never talk about grammar। And there is a group of people, they love talking about tense, voice, this, that, talk to them in English, always a problem। Speaking English is always a problem for them। Very few of these who have problems with noun voice actually transition and grow so much that they start to speak well। Very few of them। Takes years and years and years and still don't feel satisfied because they didn't get what they deserved in their childhood to learn, or they needed to learn in childhood। That's the problem। इसको कह सकते हैं जो बच्चे, जो लोग स्कूल नहीं गए ना, बुढ़ापे में उनको स्कूल भेजा जाता है ना। बुढ़ापे में स्कूल भेजते हैं, वहां से कितने इंजीनियर्स बनते हैं? जीरो। डॉक्टर्स जीरो। वहां का उद्देश्य डॉक्टर इंजीनियर बनाना नहीं होता, पर नाम लिखना आ जाए, पढ़ना आ जाए, कोई लेटर आ रहा है तो खुद से पढ़ सके, ये मकसद होता है। तो फॉर अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल दैट इज एक्चुअली द पर्पस ऑफ ज्वाइनिंग अ कोर्स व्हेन दे आर एन एडल्ट एंड दे ट्राई टू लर्न अ लैंग्वेज, कि किसी तरह से थोड़ा बहुत काम चल जाए। बट व्हेन यू स्टार्ट एज अ किड, दैट्स नॉट वेरी व्हाट यू एम। You aim to be very good at it, you aim to be a journalist, you aim to be a story writer। चलिए, so the word although is the only option in number one, not but or however, because of what the message is। कि मुझे याद हो तुम, and that matters. What doesn't matter कि 7 साल हो गए, 7 साल का gap didn't matter. That's why, although before that statement, although I realize it's 7 years since we were neighbors. Time flies. You told me quite a lot about you and your family. Number 2, but I would like to know more. Why but? Because there is a comma. The two parts are coming together as one sentence. And you asked how I am these days. And you asked how I am. मुझे बता सकते हो उसने क्या पूछा होगा? उसने पूछा होगा how are you these days. उसने क्या पूछा होगा? How are you these days? उसी को बता रही है. And you asked how I am these days.
So here is my news.
Here is my
So,
news.
so here is my news.
So here is my news.
So here is my news. First things first. Lovely expression. First things first. Whenever you start to do something, there is something that is the most important thing. Then you usually mention it using this phrase. First things first. Means the most important thing. First things first. Alan and I are now divorced. Alan and I are now divorced. First things first. तो समझ में ये एक expression है, which means you use it before you mention the most important thing. First things first. First things first. Alan and I are now divorced. I know you never liked him much. I know you never liked him much. Now, when you read, you are getting to know what kind of friends they were. Amber and Grace both were together, neighbors, and they had a friend. Who was that? Alan, right? Alan, yes. Alan was Amber's boyfriend. Amber's boyfriend. And Grace didn't like him very much. But, you know, they got married and everything. Alan and I are now divorced. I know you never liked him much. Number 4.
So you are
So you're probably not too surprised. So you're probably not too surprised. Okay, tell
Not
me.
too surprised.
If everybody thinks my wife is a lovely woman and this, that, very positive, and then I tell them that, hey, we are divorced now. Huh? Right? That will be your reaction. But if you think my wife was a very quarrelsome woman, you didn't think of her very positively, and then I tell you, you know what, we are divorced. That would be your reaction. Right? So that's the statement. So you're probably not too surprised. You're not too surprised. Number 5. Go ahead. Don't keep quiet.
However,
However, I still see a lot of him. अच्छा ये बताना a lot of him मतलब क्या होता है? देखो क्या होती है इंग्लिश और हिंदी से कैसे मैच नहीं करती. So I still see a lot of him. Yes, beta. I still see him very frequently. Still see him very frequently. I still see a lot of him. I still see a lot of him. हिंदी से कहीं से कुछ सेंस बनता है? ढेर सारा. A lot of sugar मतलब a lot of water, a lot of him. ढेर सारा वो. Doesn't make sense that way, right? But clearly makes sense. आप मुंह से नहीं निकाल पाओगे अभी. मुंह से निकाल पाने का मतलब when you are in a situation where you want to say this sentence, you will not be able to. क्योंकि हिंदी में strike नहीं करेगा. कब बोल पाओगे ये? When you keep hearing this sentence again and again, then subconsciously it will enter your mind and then it will come out. This is how language works, if you understand what I'm saying. You listen to the language, any language, subconsciously it creeps into your mind. And then even when you're dreaming, you can dream in that language. You can dream in that language. Have you ever dreamt in English? Anybody here? No? You have? All right. You were speaking English in your dream. Wow, that's lovely. It happens with young people more easily. With adults, it will take a lot of time. and you were singing that song in your dream. Oh, you were singing. Actually, you were singing. Okay. It happens. So there are some kids who start talking while they are sleeping, right? Sleep talk. Here is my news. First thing first, Alan and I are now divorced. I know you never liked him much, so you're probably not too surprised. However, I still see a lot of him, of course. Number 6.
Because the twins.
Come on, everybody. Don't keep quiet. If you don't know,
Because
your
the
silence
twins.
will be understood only
Go
one
and
way. That
stay
you
with
don't know what comes there.
The twins
No
go and
problem.
stay
Keep
with
quiet if
him
you don't know. But
every
if you
week.
have an answer, share your answer. Right or wrong doesn't matter. You won't be embarrassed. You shouldn't be embarrassed. Okay, you're learning. You will make mistakes. I will explain only. यही सब एटीट्यूड में फर्क होता है। सबके सामने हम कैसे दिखाएं कि मेरा गलत हो जाएगा। गलत नहीं होगा तो फिर मैं सिखाऊंगा कैसे दोबारा। रेनू जी ने सोचा पूछने से पहले नहीं, क्यों? क्योंकि उनको पता है टीचर एक्सप्लेन करेंगे। उनको लग रहा था 1 में हाउएवर हो सकता है। रेनू जी, नाउ यू आर इन अ बेटर प्लेस, यू अंडरस्टैंड हाउएवर पॉसिबल नहीं है वहां पे।
Yes, sir, but I thought here is a comma after you, so we can only
खाली
use
कॉमा
but.
देख के डिसाइड करोगे तो
Yes,
बहुत कुछ आ जाएगा कॉमा के बाद। मैसेज नहीं
yes,
देखना।
sir. Yes, sir.
मैंने कॉमा दे दिया भाई, हाउएवर डाल दे। ऐसा थोड़ी होगा। मैसेज देखना है कि नहीं।
Yes, sir.
पर्पस, कॉमा के बाद खाली हाउएवर आता है जिंदगी पर, दुनिया में सब हर जगह। और ऐसे भी कॉमा के बाद हाउएवर नहीं है, फुल स्टॉप के बाद हाउएवर है।
Yes, sir. Yes, I was confused that time, sir.
हर सेंटेंस खत्म उसके बाद हाउएवर लगा देना, ठीक है? क्योंकि फुल स्टॉप के बाद हाउएवर आ। क्या बात है, ऐसे थोड़ी होएगा। यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द पर्पस ऑफ द वर्ड हाउएवर। यू वांट टू शो कॉन्ट्रास्ट।
Mm.
I still see a lot of him. Still, abhi bhi. There is no change. I still love you. I loved you earlier. I still love you. Got it? Opposite? Not anymore. Opposite? Why do people divorce? Because they don't love each other anymore. They don't love each other, so they divorce. And why do they keep coming back together? Because they still love each other, right? Yeah. I still see a lot of him, of course, because the twins go and stay with him every week. So I think the way she said the twins, I have to ask you a question. 7 years ago, when she was, Grace was her neighbor, was Amber married or she had a boyfriend only? What do you think? She was
He
married.
was married.
Was married.
And did she have children or she didn't have children?
Yes,
She had
they
children.
have
She
the
had children.
She had
See?
children.
Had children.
She had
That's why
children.
she used the twins. The twins बोलने का मतलब क्या? उसको पता है कौन से twins. अगर नहीं होते बच्चे तो कैसे the twins बोलती? उसको पहले बताना पड़ता है कि मेरे 2 बच्चे हुए हैं, twins हैं, फिर बताती, right? क्या लिखा है देखो. Of course, because the twins go and stay with him every week. The text says, there is written नहीं बोलना, there is written नहीं बोलना. The text says, yes. So that's also a direct help. Because the twins go and stay with him every week. They are 9 now. So when Grace moved away, the twins were 2 years old.
2 years old.
They're now 9 now. They're lovely girls. They are lovely girls. Number 7.
But Jessica is a bit of handful.
But Jessica is a bit of a handful sometimes. She's a bit of a handful sometimes. पढ़िए phrase को. A bit of a handful. एक phrase नहीं देखना, पूरा देखना, एक word नहीं देखना. A bit of a handful. She's a bit of a handful sometimes. You know, Inaya is very good, very lovely, but she's a bit of a handful sometimes. Okay. A bit of a handful, difficult to manage, difficult to
handle.
control, handle. Understand? A bit of a handful. कोई शब्दों से निकल के आता है मीनिंग जरा सा भी? हैंडफुल, हाथ भरा हुआ। एक और सुनिएगा, हैंडफुल ऑफ समथिंग मतलब थोड़ा सा, हैंडफुल ऑफ शुगर, हैंडफुल ऑफ फ्रेंड्स मतलब थोड़े से, नॉट अ लॉट। ओके, तो वर्ड्स की मीनिंग कॉन्टेक्स्ट पर डिपेंड करती है। कॉन्टेक्स्ट लेंगे नहीं हम लोग एक्सपोजर्स का, खाली रट्टा मारते रहेंगे बचपन से, कुछ हेल्प की जगह परेशानियां बन जाएंगी। शी इज अ बिट ऑफ अ हैंडफुल समटाइम्स।
So sometimes we
Normally,
use a pinch full of something.
sorry, Shubhankar.
Sometimes we use a pinch full of something.
Pinchful, a pinchful. Okay, a pinch. No, not many people will say pinchful. Most people will simply say pinch of salt. A pinch of. Not many people will say pinchful of salt. They will simply say a pinch of salt. Yeah.
Can we use at number 7?
Can we use what?
Although.
चलिए देख लेंगे, थोड़ी देर के लिए रुक जाते हैं और तो कर लेंगे। आप डिसाइड करो ऑल्दो कहाँ लगाना है, जो चीज मायने नहीं रखती उसमें, राइट। जहां बट आता है वहां ऑल्दो कभी नहीं आता, उसके उल्टे जगह पे आता है। आइडिया के मामले में पहले आइडिया समझ लेना। शी इज टॉल बट शी इज नॉट अट्रैक्टिव, ऑल्दो शी इज टॉल। ये नहीं कि ऑल्दो बट की जगह लगा दिया, शी इज टॉल, शी इज नॉट, शी इज टॉल ऑल्दो शी इज नॉट अट्रैक्टिव, ये नहीं बोलना है। ऑल्दो शी इज टॉल शी इज नॉट अट्रैक्टिव, उसका लंबा होना मायने नहीं रखा। ये इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, आसान नहीं है समझना बहुत लोगों के लिए, बट ट्राई हार्ड। ओके, अभी मैं क्या बोल रहा था, पिंच ऑफ सॉल्ट, अ पिंच ऑफ, अब जरा से ये सेंटेंस सुनिए। डोंट बिलीव एवरीथिंग ही सेज, टेक हिज वर्ड्स विद अ पिंच ऑफ सॉल्ट। ईडीएम है, डोंट बिलीव एवरीथिंग ही सेज, टेक हिज वर्ड्स विद अ पिंच ऑफ salt. Yeah, means don't trust him 100%. Don't believe everything he says. Exactly वो meaning है उसका. Don't believe him. Take his words with a pinch of. I don't trust him very much. I don't believe everything he says. I take his words with a pinch of salt. When politicians come and make promises before elections, you should take those promises with a pinch of salt. Understand? You shouldn't believe ये सब करने वाले लोग 100%. You should take their promises with a pinch of salt. तो बस एक मैं जानता हूं मैं ओवरवेलम कर देता हूं, मेरे पास यही वजह है कि कुछ बच्चे मेरे साथ अनकंफर्टेबल होते हैं पढ़ने में, क्योंकि मैं उनको बड़ा दिखाता हूँ इंग्लिश। तो जो सही पिक्चर वो ना दिखाऊं, आप इतने छोटे बच्चे, मैं ऐसी बातें नहीं करता क्लास 1, 2, 3 में जो मैं यहाँ कर रहा हूँ। तो आप कह रहे हो कि आपको बच्चा समझूं 1, 2, 3 वाला, उनको कभी ऐसा नहीं बोलता मैं, ये ध्यान लो वो जान लो, कभी नहीं। बस कहानियां सुनाता हूँ, मजा आता है उनको, बिकॉज उनकी लैंग्वेज सेंस डेवलप हो जाएगी, फिर उनके पास 10 साल है अपनी इंग्लिश इंप्रूव करने की। हर क्लास की किताब पढ़ते जाएंगे, स्टोरी की किताब, और इंग्लिश नई नई सीखते जाएंगे, वर्ड्स, वोकैबुलरी, पैटर्न्स, ठीक है। लेकिन आप ऑलरेडी वो क्रॉस कर चुके हैं, मेनी ऑफ यू। मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ इंग्लिश इज वास्ट, तो प्लीज डोंट लुक फॉर शेल्टर, कहीं नहीं है। यू हैव टू गो थ्रू इट, बी प्रिपेयर्ड इफ यू वांट टू बी गुड एट इट एनीवे। Inaya, change your seat. Get in the middle. Yeah. Bye. All right. Let's see. They are lovely girls, but Jessica is a bit of a handful sometimes. आप although लिखना चाहती हैं यहाँ नंबर 7 में, राइट अपूर्वा?
Yeah, sir.
क्या मायने नहीं रखा? पहले बोला लवली है, तो फिर हैंडफुल क्यों है? ठीक है, प्लीज समझिएगा। They are lovely girls, although Jessica is a bit of a handful sometimes. Yeah, actually it does make sense. It does make sense. Although Jessica is a bit of a handful sometimes. They are lovely girls. मायने क्या रखता है? सोचिएगा। I think Apurva got it right. Apurva, well done. You got it right. आप लोग गौर से
I
देखिए,
also
चीज
got
मैंने
it right, sir, but I didn't say you.
you were not confident, Adib, right?
No,
आप लोग
I
बताइए
didn't
मुझे।
say you.
देखिए, मतलब आप डिपेंड करता है आप कैसे इसको देखते हो, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड। अगर आपने ऐसे देखा कि जेसिका इज अ बिट हैंडफुल समटाइम्स, लेकिन मायने क्या रखता है, दे आर बोथ लवली गर्ल्स, ठीक है। लेकिन अगर आप इस तरीके से देखें, दे आर बोथ लवली गर्ल्स बट जेसिका इज अ बिट ऑफ हैंडफुल समटाइम्स, ओके, वो भी चलेगा, नो इश्यूज, यू कैन। मैंने कहा था कई बार ए और बी में आप डिसाइड नहीं कर पाते कि कौन ए है कौन बी है, ये डिपेंड करता है आपकी फीलिंग, तो दैट वे। हाँ, वो जैसे मैंने बताया था ना कि यू लाइक द लेसन सो यू लाइक द टीचर, और यू लाइक द टीचर सो यू एंजॉय द लेसन। ये अलग अलग इंसान के अलग अलग होते हैं, तो ऐसे ही आपको सब्जेक्टिवली तैयार रहना चाहिए। लैंग्वेज इज नॉट एन ऑब्जेक्टिव थिंग दैट वेयर 2 and 2 is 4 I have to teach, you know, language is not always objective। अगर आप इतने ओपन माइंडेड होगे तो लर्निंग विल बिकम सो मच फन। अदरवाइज वो तो हर जगह एक रूल बताना और इसका ये एक्सेप्शन है बताना, दैट्स अ वेरी टिपिकल थिंग, अ टिपिकल वे टू लर्न इंग्लिश, इट डजंट टेक अस एनीवेयर। आप दोनों चीज को अप्रिशिएट कर पा रहे हो? I would prefer to stay with although though here, you know, they are both lovely girls, although Jessica is a bit of a handful sometimes, काहे कि वो माँ के लिए मायने उतना नहीं रखता, दोनों प्यारी बच्चियां हैं, that's what my point was, okay। है तो है, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, they are both lovely girls, although Jessica is a bit of a handful sometimes, well done। And we don't live in Birmingham anymore, and we don't live in Birmingham anymore, we don't live in Birmingham anymore, we still live in Birmingham, opposite, we don't live in Birmingham anymore, we moved
Because I didn't want them
because
to
I
grow up.
didn't want them to grow up in the city. Because I didn't want them to grow up in the city.
City.
A lot of parents think city life can spoil children. You know, they will not grow up into children who appreciate things. Is Khushi here?
Yes.
You are very, you know, combative. You're very, you know, like, how did you say that? Huh? Why do you think I'm not? Then why are you complaining about not getting iPhone 13? 13 or 14? What was that? That your brother got?
Do you mean I've complained? I'm not getting you.
All right. Would you have preferred to have that, or
You
would you
are
have gladly
asking
given that to your
for
brother?
on camera, I think, right?
Hey, listen, Khushi, listen. You know,
Yeah.
you as a girl don't need to show off your iPhone to get any attention. Your brother needs that, you know. So he should have the more
Yeah, I
upgraded
know.
version. So
I want to
don't.
show you I bought new one, that's why.
Okay. What do you call it? 13. What is this 13? Generation? Addition. Okay, yeah, addition. Generation is in the CPU, you know, yeah, what do you call it? Processors. Processors are generation. Okay. Yep. All right, let's continue. They are lovely girls, just although Jessica is a bit of a handful sometimes. And we don't live in Birmingham anymore. We moved because I didn't want them to grow up in the city. We live in a village called Clant. We live in a village called Clant. Model, yes, model. Thank you, Ravi. It's a model, no? iPhone 7 model, iPhone 13. But you got a new one, brand new phone, iPhone. You should be happy.
But sometimes we
Yeah.
say series,
What do we say?
series.
Series. Well, yes, that's also used with some brand. They use the word series as well. Again, these things are just, we will call them collocations, you know, with a certain brand, certain word is used. When you're talking about CPU processors, you will use the word generation, not addition. Next. Okay. We live in a village called Clent. It's wonderful. It's lovely and
And so it is only 10 miles.
number 9, everyone. What have you put in number 9? कितना मेहनत लगता है, समझना पड़ता है क्या कनेक्शन है, क्या है, और आप क्या कर रहे थे, उसका उतार रहे थे। ये वर्ड लिख लो, ये कोई प्रोसेसिंग होती है आपके दिमाग में? सोचिए।
Although it's
होती
only 10 miles south of Birmingham.
So number 9, everybody, what do you think? और
Although.
जिन लोग नहीं कर पाए होंगे by chance, by any chance, if you have not done your homework, please go home and read this. ये सारा प्रोसेसिंग तुम्हें करना है, मेरा सुन के लिख देने से तुम्हारा ग्रोथ नहीं होने वाला. Make mistakes 5 times, 10 times, no worries, but eventually you have to understand कि क्यों हो रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है. Let's see. Number 9.
Although it's only 10 miles south of Birmingham.
So it is.
Although.
अच्छा देखना, although लगा रहे हो, only 10 miles is used to talk about distance or not so much of distance. And the next sentence says, it's in the middle of some wonderful countryside. Okay. Very interesting it is. It is very interesting. Very interesting. Hey guys, which word have you written? I would like to see. I would like to hear. Please tell me. Although is the right one. See, I'm very happy that you guys got it right. You know, let me tell you why. Birmingham is a city. It's only 10 miles from Birmingham, not very far from the city, and it is in the middle of a countryside. What a contrast. Although it is only 10 miles south of Birmingham, it is in the middle of some wonderful countryside. Please understand. I know it's not easy. I'm ready to spend some time. Look, if you go away from a city, just a few kilometers, do you expect to reach a countryside, beautiful countryside? No, but that is what is happening here. You went only a few kilometers from the city and you got where? In the middle of the countryside. Countryside means beautiful lakes, mountains, rivers, you know. It's only 10 miles from Birmingham. It's in the middle of a beautiful countryside. And there is a contrast. It doesn't happen. That's why although is the right word. Although it's only 10 miles, it's in the middle of a beautiful countryside. I'm really enjoying village life. I'm really enjoying village life. We have a huge garden. I'm really enjoying village life. We have a huge garden. So
I'm growing
my own vegetables now. I'm growing my own vegetables. क्यों बोला? I'm not buying vegetables from the shops, from the market. Understand? I'm growing my own vegetables. I make my own pizza. Means I don't buy pizza from the market. I make my own clothes. Means I don't buy my clothes from the shops. I don't go to the tailor. I make my own clothes. So you use this pattern. I do something my own. I make my own clothes. I grow my own vegetables. I make my own bread. You know, mean to say, normally people buy it from outside. I don't. I'm growing my own vegetables now. I'm thinking of getting some chickens. Number 11.
chickens. But
I'm not sure.
but I'm not
But I'm not sure that the neighbors will be happy about that. But I'm not sure that the neighbors will be happy about that. Come and see. I hope you understand the fun here, Perhaps the neighbors, the chickens might get into the neighbor's house sometimes. They are vegetarian now. No, not that point. That's not the point. But come on. People in Europe are rarely vegetarians.
Because of the smell,
People
sir.
get into the house. The noise, they will do their dirty business in the
Noise and smell.
Yeah. Okay. They will work as a alarm clock. Okay. I'm not sure that the neighbors will be happy about that. There are so many reasons. Come and see us sometime. Come and see us sometime. आओ कभी मिलो. देखो यहाँ sometime है, sometimes नहीं. अलग-अलग phrases होकर. एक कभी-कभी, sometimes, sometime. आओ कभी. देखो फर्क देखो. Come and see us sometime. आओ किसी दिन मिलो. Come and see us sometime. ना कि sometimes. Sometimes मतलब हाँ कभी-कभी. जैसे sometimes I get up late in the morning. Okay. Sometime matlab in the future. Sometime, someday. Okay. Sometime. Yeah. Normally it refers to a time in the future. Sometime. Come and see us sometime. I'm afraid I can't invite you to stay.
Because the house is.
Because the house is small.
Because the house is small.
Stop. Yes, Lucky.
Sometimes I get up late, like I barely get up late, and I often get up.
Yes, वो sometimes है. वो frequency adverb है. Sometimes. Yes, sometime. Two separate words. It refers to a time in the future. Okay. I will have my opportunity sometime. I will have my opportunity sometime. मेरा भी मौका आएगा किसी समय. You can also use someday instead of sometime. Someday. Yes, in place of sometime, it could be someday too. Come and see us sometime. I'm afraid I can't invite you to stay. I can't invite you
Because
to
the house is.
stay. मेरे घर पे रह नहीं
Stay.
पाओगे. Can't invite you to stay. Because the
Because
house
the house
is
is
small.
small.
Can an Indian friend write this sentence? Can an Indian friend write this sentence? No
sir.
matter how small your house
No.
is, an Indian friend will never write this. This is where I say our culture is very different.
If the
Even if you live in a
friend is
single house.
different gender, sir, we can say, sir, if the friend is different gender.
भैया तो चुप रहेगा. डिफरेंट जेंडर फ्रेंड होता है रे. हैं? डिफरेंट जेंडर फ्रेंड होता है. पहले ये वाले क्लियर कर लो.
Yes, sir.
झूठ मत बोलो. डिफरेंट जेंडर्स का भी
Other
फ्रेंड होता है.
option, sir.
क्या बकवास.
Other option.
If they are ugly, then if they are not ugly, they're never friends. Nature has not
They are
made them
not friends, sir. They are second options.
Nah, they can never be friends. अगर इस पे बहस करना है तो करते रहना. छोटे बच्चे जो है वो सब झगड़ा करेंगे मुझसे. Because they grow up, together, boys and girls, and some of them actually feel like friends. Okay, but again, I know psychology, and that's why I made that comment. I'm not a very regressive person or conservative person. I made a comment based on
I also know.
when the people are attractive, it's only a matter of time when things can change between them. Friends can suddenly become attracted to each other. Friends means, what is that? Platonic relationship where there is no attraction for each other. All right, that's friendship. Where there is no attraction, like two friends, boys, they don't feel attracted to each other. They care about each other so much. They can sacrifice their life for each other, but they don't feel attracted to each other. When can you expect that kind of friendship between a man and a woman? I doubt that. I doubt that very much. Yeah, but again, I am not against men having female friends and girls having male friends. They can have friends, no worry. I'm nobody to moral police them. Now you can't do that. It's against this law or that law. I'm not nobody. But I believe they can't be friends. Renuji, what's your opinion?
Yeah, sir, you are, I think, right, sir.
Thank you. Yes, Yasmin ma'am, what's your opinion? बच्चों से पूछूंगा नहीं.
It's another matter if someone don't able to show our feeling. It's other
Yes.
matter, sir.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, sir.
They don't
Yeah,
show the
sir.
feeling, that's another thing. Yes, Yasmin ma'am, what do you think? Yasmin ma'am stays away from making comments.
Yes, sir.
What do you think, Yasmin ma'am? Do you think men and women can be friends?
Yes, of course, sir, sometimes.
Really? They can defy nature. They can go against nature.
Your opinion, sir, only ugly people can be friends.
Okay, I'll keep that conversation for me and Yasmin ma'am one-on-one rather than here debating that. I don't agree with her. And I don't think she means it. Nowadays, we are living in a world where there is so much interaction between different genders that it is impossible not to have social circle, of opposite gender. You will have to deal with them. But to say that they can be friends like two boys are friends or two girls are friends, I don't think it's possible at all. They will help you. You will help them, everything. But any moment, feelings can change. Whether you act on those feelings or not, that's a totally different matter. Let's see. I can't invite you to stay because the house is small. Huh. अरे घर में नहीं दिल में जगह होनी चाहिए. Right? This is what we say. तू जमीन पे सो जाएगा? Huh? What's the big deal? The house is quite small. You have a house, you're growing your own vegetables. वहीं एक खटिया लगा देना, right? What's the big deal? Machardani outside. But it's England, it's cold a little bit. Okay, we don't have a spare room. Today I realized it's not the weather that is cold. The people are cold. If you understand the pun here, weather is cold, no problem, but the people are cold too. In India, people are warm. The weather is warm. Okay. Do you think you will ever visit a friend who writes this sentence to you? I can't invite you to stay because the house is small. Will you ever visit that friend? I don't think so. I would never do that. And we don't have a spare room. Very papre. We don't have a spare room. Part of a speech of the word spare.
Adjective.
Adjective. Adjective.
A spare room. A spare room.
Noun.
Spare is an adjective. Spare means extra. You were saying something, Isha. They are good friends. Come on, it's just their culture. Would you write like this to somebody you don't like? Come on. There is so much warmth in the email. It's just that this is their culture to be straight away. Bhai ghar pe jagah nahi hai. Bagal mein rahe jana, hotel hai. Okay. It's simple. It's their culture. They are good friends. It's their culture to be this way. I've talked to lots of people, I told you. So there was this American lady, she told me, Indian friends are different. They hit you different. What do you mean? You tell an American friend, hey, I'm upset, can't talk right now. And they'll say, okay, take your time. They'll leave you. Indian friends, coach you, what happened? They'll keep asking you. I said, yeah, that's us. We don't leave our friends upset. She said, sometimes it feels offensive. I said, maybe to you, not to us. We might abuse that person, friend. I mean, whatever, get lost and go do this, go do that, but leave me alone. But the friend doesn't leave you alone. When he realizes or she realizes you're upset. We don't have formality in our friendships. I mean, we are used to this kind of life. So eventually she started to appreciate Indian friends in her life, She was very, very impressed with the way Indian lived. Let's see. So there isn't, we don't have a spare room. A spare room is an extra
Separate
room.
room.
An extra room. A spare key, right? Yeah.
An
How about a spare partner? Number 12. However, there is a lovely pub in the village with rooms. So you could stay there. There is a lovely pub in the village with rooms. So you could stay there. ये खुद का क्या मामला है भाई? Past tense है? देखो तुम लोग कुछ ना सोचोगे, मुझे पता है. कभी आज तक किसी ऐसे वर्ड पे एम्फेसाइज करा गया है तो बताना मुझे. मैंने पूछा खुद का रोल बताओ. सो ऐसे पढ़े हो कभी? आज तक नहीं पढ़ते ऐसे लोग, इसीलिए उनको कहानी में क्या हुआ इससे लेना देना होता है. वर्ड्स कौन सी यूज हो रहे हैं उससे लेना देना नहीं होता है. बताओ. Could. Thank you. Could is the past of can. Yes, but this is not that could. ये दूसरा वाला could है. You could stay there. It's not you have the ability to stay there वाला. ये नहीं है. You could stay there means, yeah, it is one of the options. You could stay there. वहाँ भी रह सकते हैं. Okay, you could stay there. So could is here for probabilities, possibilities. Understand? You could stay there. हम तुम्हारे घर पे रुक जाएंगे, हम छत पे सो जाएंगे. I could stay on the roof. I could sleep on the roof. Could can be used to talk about probabilities and possibilities. Example do? Well, I'm not going to the party. Why? Well, I've not got invited. Okay. Then I won't go either. Then what would we do? We could go to the cinema together. Right? We could go to the cinema together. This is real friendship. One friend didn't get invitation. The other friend refused to go too and decided to go to the cinema together. Okay, could is used to talk about future possibilities too. So you could stay there. ये sentence किस time को refer करता है? You could stay there. Past, present, future. कौन से time को refer कर रहा है? Clearly it refers to the. बस तुम अपने common sense से बता सकते हो. It refers to the future because वो आएंगे तब रहेंगे ना. You could stay there. It's about future time. Let's keep in touch. I can't wait to hear more of your news. So please write soon. Love,
Write soon.
Amber. Hugs.
Amber words.
All right.
Amber extra option.
I will. Now you guys have a weekend and Sunday tomorrow, your homework will be in the practice book. I will put the pages in the group, guys. And maybe you will receive your book soon, Renuji. And Yasmin, ma'am, do you want the books too? Or you have the books, Yasmin, ma'am?
Sir, I have the book, sir.
All right, fine. So, yeah, let's meet on Monday, everyone. Bye-bye. Take care.
So please share recording, sir.
I
Bye,
will
sir.
share the recording. I will
Yes,
share the
sir.
recording. I will. Bye-bye.
चलो मैं चला हूँ बाबा. Bye sir.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.